everybody laughed.
Everyone left.
Kaelen was like excited everybody left, so. All right, bud. Shh, guys.
I'll have a slideshow up too.
Oh. Gosh, Kaelen.
I'll do it on a blank slide. As many as 50 to 75% of all undergraduate students change their major at least once during their time in college. 33% drop out, and all of them have an average loan debt of $32,000. For me, that's a lot of pressure. So I'm using my project to make sure that I still want to pursue mechanical engineering in college. My name is Kaelen, and I spent this semester working on my car to challenge myself on if I still enjoyed engineering, so I don't waste my college savings on something I don't like. I find it weird how we're supposed to know exactly what we want to do for the rest of our lives as soon as we get to high school. For me personally, I only decided on engineering last year. Because of that, I missed out on many of the engineering classes available to underclassmen. Since I feel underprepared, I've been working on engineering outlets around me, primarily my car. Working on my car meant a lot of things. It meant that I needed to spend almost all of my money to buy it, and then learn how to drive a manual without breaking it, which would have made for a lot of a shorter talk if I didn't have breaking it then. After getting my idea for the project down, I began researching more on my topic, turning my hobby into a career. The results were mainly personal stories with examples of people getting meaningful careers out of simple hobbies. Although my goal isn't to wrench in cars for the rest of my life, seeing how others prepared themselves for their careers was interesting. The most common theme was this: make sure you like what you do. Seeing this theme throughout all the stories I read helped me confirm that my project was worth it. Out of all the people who I researched, they all enforced the idea that having as much information on your hobby as you can is crucial for success. So I spent a lot of time learning and picking up new skills. To me, this project was about challenges. Money challenges, timing challenges, and mental challenges. These consistently got in the way, whether it was a lack of tools, dealing with money-hungry people, or poor timing. However, I overcame these challenges. I worked extra hours at my job during the week, and I'm lucky enough to be close friends with a former mechanic who helped me diagnose problems as well as getting me my community connection hours. After lots of trial and error, I was able to go from clueless to diagnosing on my own. I also spent a lot of my time researching solutions to potential problems and educating myself. As you can see up there, I made a slideshow, or a spreadsheet, so I could plan out all the costs and how many hours I would spend. All of this helped me become more confident with my major of choice. Even though a lot of my time was spent learning, most of it was actually spent doing things to my car. Whether it was oil changes, swapping out major steering components, or performance parts, it was all a learning process. Some repairs and modifications were more intense than others. My first step was making sure all the little stuff was done: oil changes, filter changes, etc. Although they're simple tasks, I had never done them before. Then came the seemingly non-stop wave of repairs. The first thing I noticed was the catalytic converter. The restrictive and expensive filter in the exhaust system was broken. I ordered a new one and replaced it along with the rest of the exhaust. Then came the steering. Both the power steering rack and pump were bad, the two most important pieces of the steering system. To get them replaced, I had to go to a shop that I've never gone to before, and ended up getting scammed for about 2 weeks of my time. After that, and a few other minor repairs, I regularly began looking at diagrams of my car, for the goal of being able to understand more each time I had to figure out what was wrong. As you can see up there, there's the suspension diagram and the fuse map. The goal of this project was for me to really see how I can turn my hobby into a career. More specifically, do I still enjoy it after I'm working on it for a deadline for a grade? Surprisingly enough, I do. Working in my car has given me hands-on experience, as well as invaluable troubleshooting skills. But I've also gained a better understanding of how different systems within my car work and how they interact with each other. This experience has increased my knowledge and skills, and I feel more capable of tackling engineering challenges in the future. I've already begun to use these skills in my engineering class, which further eliminates doubt for the future. I was also lucky enough to tour the university I'm going to, and I even got a detailed tour of the engineering labs. This was great, because I got to witness students doing exactly what I'd be doing next year. I also was able to attend a presentation from a PhD student for aerospace engineering. And although she may have spent 13 more years in school after high school to get her doctorate, seeing the end of a possible path in engineering was very eye-opening. Although it may seem like replacing small car parts would be anything but useful for engineering, it provided me with very applicable skills that I can take with me for life. The project was also meaningful because it was a personal accomplishment for me. It felt like a bigger accomplishment because of all the time and money I put into it. Although I would have probably still done it, senior project or not, putting all the effort in made it more rewarding. Overall, I feel like this project gave me confidence in my future and made me willing to risk student loan to turn my hobby into a career. Thank you for coming, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
What's your license plate?
Loudy. It's L, Audi, because it's loud. Vance?
Do you have any rust problems with your car?
No.
What type of car do you have?
2010 Audi A4.
All right, thank you.
Did I get above an 80?
My God.
I think it was